How's it going, everybody? Nick Daniels here yet again, bringing you folks another video. Today we're going to talk about more One Punch Man, but this is not an episode review. This is actually a season thoughts and reflection. We're 2 episodes in, but I kind of want to make this abundantly clear. So let's get into it. So basically, yeah, we're 2 episodes into season 2. I've done 2 reviews per each episode. We've actually got a couple views on them too, which is amazing, and a couple comments. And I kind of want to just briefly talk about it, because when I do my reviews, I find that I'm very because I've watched them back, and like I do definitely know what I'm saying. I am definitely giving it more, I think, of a fair review than it should sometimes, because I'm still trying to be optimistic. But at the same time, like, you know, you can enjoy something, but I feel like you should still be able to point out flaws if there is something wrong with it. So, like, you know, I'm not gonna, like, I don't get mad at somebody. Like, Fallout 76 was a great example. I don't care if someone likes Fallout 76. That's absolutely their prerogative. But, you know, if it has abundant flaws, you know, you should be willing to at least mention them. You know, which I find a lot of people don't do. They like something, they just, no, it's flawless. Yeah, I don't know, like I said, like, I don't know if I've given it necessarily, like, too fair of a review, but I would definitely like to put my thoughts out there kind of as it is right now this season. And I actually went back and just re-watched a couple episodes just like this morning, just to make sure I was right where I was at. So I watched a couple episodes from the first season, or not episodes, but like just a couple scenes, but specifically the Sea King arc. And where was it there? Also when Genos fights Saitama up in like the, I don't know wherever they are, but anyway, like up in the desert or cliffs or whatever it is. And yeah, honestly, like, I already kind of knew it, but I just wanted to be like, just to really, now that I've been watching the second season, to get a good visual comparison like that. There's no comparison. What, like, dude, when Genos fights Saitama, right? Or I could be saying that name wrong. Correct me if I am wrong. In the first season, like, it's fucking smooth, man. Like, it flows. It flows super nice, right? Like, there's so much movement going on. Like, and even if there's like a still image, like where like something's just not moving, there's movement in the foreground. The background is still, but everything else is moving, right? And that makes like half the battle right there like very enjoyable and watchable, because those shots are like almost to a minimum. But you know, a good example of this, you know, is when Genos first powers up, right, against the Sea King, right? That's kind of the first thing that comes to mind. He powers up against the Sea King, so it does, yes, for a second, you know, the background is not going to change, but Genos like powers up and then flies in, and that whole right from there is like it looks like it's like it would be in a movie where they didn't switch cameras, or did different takes. It was just one full scene after, like, that was it. It looks really well done. And coming into the second season, especially the fight with Blizzard, holy fuck, man. I've rewatched this fight scene a couple times, and you know, and I actually did enjoy it, but like, my god, man, it literally was just tons and tons and tons of just still images, and I didn't pick up on it right away, but when she gets him with this like cyclone move, I think it was called, or whirlwind, or whatever it was one of the move names she used. She blinks like fucking 5 times. Like, she's just sitting there like this, just blinking, and it's just nothing else is like going on in the shot. And again, like, rewatching it, it's like, wow, like, okay, you know, this wasn't really as good as I thought it was. Same as like even like fucking Genos fighting Sonic, you know, same idea, man. Tons of just still images and not really like fluid motion. You know, not necessarily saying the animation looks horrible. I mean, it doesn't, I don't even think it really looks that great. But, you know, it should still be to the point that you could watch it and, like, you can kind of get what's going on. You know, and it should be, you know, acceptable. But even, like, Genos, man, he kind of looks like bad CGI at a few points. Like, not all the way around does he actually look that good. You know, and let alone like some of his moves and stuff. Like, I don't know, man, like just looks like fucking blur. And I think a really big problem with this too is like they've just kind of rushed it, it feels like. So I don't know for sure, but I think they've announced like 12 episodes or something. Is what's happening here, and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, like they're really rushing whatever they're doing here, because it just, that's what it seems to be, is it's just completely rushed. Especially in the first episode, where it's like two characters are like, well, we got to find this guy Saitama, right? Like, dude, they find him within the next episode. It was like there's not even any build up of that. And again, I know we are only the second episode in. This new big villain, you know, that takes out all these villains, and he aligns himself with like the monsters. I'm like, okay, like this is cool. Don't even see the guy fight, right? I guess it is kind of like a build up, because you don't really want to see what he can do, maybe. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, they're building him right up, and then it's like we don't even see him, you know, do anything of remote importance, and it's like that to me is just rather upsetting. I would have liked to see that. So I don't really know. Like I said though, I honest to God, I'm trying to give the show like a fair watch, right? Like I want to watch it with an open mind, but at the same time, like I said, I need to call a spade, man. Like if they're gonna drop the ball somewhere, I think it needs to be called out. You know, at the end of the day, I also think it's also old news. On the same token, because everybody seems to be self-aware of that already. That like since the animation was a little bit poorer, obviously, that the quality was probably going to drop in general, and it does seem like it has. Hang on. You know, I'm like back in the Walmart parking lot. It's Good Friday, so there's like nothing really open, so there's no reason anyone should even come over where I'm at. Buddy was like driving right up to me. I was like, oh fuck, he's gonna park right next to me. That would have been awkward. But yeah, it was funny. I was reading a comment the other day in my own video, my episode 2 review. I got a couple comments, and both of them just basically said the same thing, that if you're a fan of the show, like this is like a disgrace to the series. I wouldn't go that far, but I'm definitely, it's like any sequel, man. Like, I don't really like watching Boruto, right? There it is, right? I'll call it like it is. But I liked watching Naruto, right? I mean, I don't know, right? I like the first one. I've rewatched the first one. Definitely where it's at. I watch Boruto. I just get like sick of it. I get bored of it. I'm out. And I think that kind of plays hand in hand with this. It's in the same context. Like, you know, people are going to watch this season. They're going to be like, oh, fuck this. And they're going to go right back, and they're just going to rewatch the first season. And maybe that's all One Punch Man was supposed to be, was just one season, right? I don't know. But either way, I'm still going to give it a chance. I still enjoy it, and I'm going to still finish the season. But I'm not going in there thinking like, wow, this is amazing, and, you know, I love what they're doing here. You know, it's like mediocre, right? It's mediocre work. And this is what happens when you rush product. You know, when you put quality in, I still say it, man, Attack on Titan Season 3 of Attack on Titan had absolutely amazing animation. And yeah, like every scene looked significant, well done, very fluid, like lots of movement, and it pays off. You put that extra work in, and it pays off, right? People watch, and they talk, and it gets around. That's why Attack on Titan is one of the biggest animes, because they did it so well, right? Just saying, right? And it's only improved, right? So anyway, well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think season 2 is kind of like a disaster? Do you like it? Do you think it's going good? Or are you like me, like you're on the fence or right in the middle? Like, yeah, you know what, I'm leaning towards disaster, but I'm still watching it because I still respect the series enough to know what's going on. And I still like the series enough to know what's going on, but I'm not like, you know, I'm not getting my hopes up or anything. Anyway, well, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.